Okay, I'll be honest with you guys. I've just been sat here the past few days watching all of this unfold because I had no idea which direction this was going to go. And so I've given it 4 or 5 days now, and I've finally watched everything play out to form an opinion, but also give you everything that you need to know and the predictions that I see this going down all in one video because I'm feeling that nice. Okay, so if you don't know what we're talking about, we're discussing the Online Safety Act. Here in the UK, this is a new legal requirement that's just gone through. And to say it's had a positive response is quite generous. In fact, I've seen more rioting than frickin' Freddo's costing nearly £1.
Are you serious?
Okay, so to understand what this is, we need to see it from the government's perspective. So they came out of nowhere and said, here guys, this is the Online Safety Act. Now you may be asking, Dan, hold up, what the hell is this new bill that they've just passed? Well, this is requiring websites and companies to have stricter verification methods. Now, the government's aim here is to basically cut down on young people viewing explicit content. And whilst I 100% agree with that and it is a serious problem, this act of them trying to solve this problem has just resulted in a much bigger and serious one as a result. This has forced companies to change their algorithms and force verification methods onto their platforms. And the response over this has been very serious, with over 400,000 people signing a petition to basically remove this. And you would think the government actually enforcing this would have a positive outroar, but that's just not the case in the slightest, because their aims with this was to basically require websites and apps to have tougher verification, make platforms detect and remove illegal content promoting some serious stuff, and also forcing social media companies to change their algorithms so young people aren't exposed to harmful content. Now, I want to make this really simple for you guys because me and my monkey brain can only process so much, so I want to try and explain this really clearly. By them doing this, it leads to a load of privacy concerns. If you think about it, all these companies now have to add verification methods. Now, I say it's a legal requirement for some of these companies to do it, but not all of them have to. And some of them you can clearly see why. Platforms such as Reddit, X, even frickin' Spotify, which I'll go back to, all have to require a verification method to identify your age. And so by having all of this sensitive data, such as credit cards, which show that you're over 18, to your driving license, which show that you're able to drive, which here in the UK is about 17, so close enough to 18, to even face verification, all being recorded and saved within a database. I don't have to explain how that's bad. With all these companies such as M&S, Co-op, to even local councils and schools getting hacked, again, all their data stolen from them, to have all of this, a large portion of the UK population, and have their data on a database controlled by one company, by the way, which we'll get into, is very, very dangerous. This can lead to phishing scams, identity fraud. I was about to say fraud then, that's not even a word. Identity fraud and much more. This is a really bad situation to be in. And of course, 400,000 people have signed a petition against this, whilst also most of the people downloading VPNs now to try and get around this geographic location, because here in the UK we have to be a little bit different. It's like we're caged into this little island, and so by using a VPN it allows us to actually be free. Why am I comparing the UK to like a prison? But no, in all seriousness, VPNs have seen a massive surge in downloads, and I can see why. If they're trying to get around this verification method, then I don't see why a VPN is that bad to download. However, the government think otherwise because they're trying to remove VPNs or trying to minimize the downloads on the App Store. If they're seeing all this outcry, then why are you continuing to go down it? Because there's other solutions to solving this problem. Now I've gone through the whole story with you, and also the VPN surge, which is continuously going up day by day. Who controls all of this data? Is it the government? Is it a company? Well, let's play Who's Wally here, or Guess Wally, or whatever the hell the book was called. It's actually controlled by one company. Yeah, I think it's called Yoshi. Do you know the green animal from Mario? I think it's called Yachty. I don't know why I said Yoshi. So Yachty is a company which actually control all the data and the verification methods of all of basically your data, to put it plain simply. But no, in all seriousness, this one company has a lot more power than you may think. The CEO has access to all of this data. All of this data through all these different companies and the UK citizens all run through Yachty. Now, I don't have to put it into plain terms how bad this is. We've gone through the phishing scams, the spoofing, the you name it, it's all there. Identity, fraud, all of it's there. So having one target, one singular target to go after, it's not that good. It doesn't help anyone here. Like we've seen in the past few months, M&S having to pay out hundreds of $millions or pounds worth of damages in the past few months because of their cyber attack, to Co-op also getting hit, to local councils actually getting hit and still recovering months, if not years later. No company is invincible, and so there's a vulnerability in every system. This is what makes it very dangerous. All of this information running through one company, even if it was just the government holding it, it's all running through the same people, the same organization. This makes it a high priority risk for attackers. And so this brings us in one big loop back to the main cause: to protect children from viewing explicit content. So how do you actually fix that problem without causing this massive problem, or actually have already caused this problem as a whole? Because it's a lot simpler than you may think. Now, here in the UK, there's a lot of internet providers, and it's actually very common for people, or what I thought was common for people, to block certain links because it can easily be done through apps or on the website of your internet provider. It's very simple to do, yet a lot of people don't actually do it. Why? I ain't got a Scooby-Doo. This also leads into whose responsibility it is to actually protect children from viewing this type of content. Is it the government or is it the parents? And I think there's more weight on the parents' side to actually sort this out. You can't, hope for the government to fix it for you when the problem is right in front of you. Your solution is right in front of you. Block the links so that your children, especially at 13, 14, 15 years old, you can't let them be exposed to that or any type of content like that. There needs to be some type of moderation in place. You're trying to solve one problem, but in reality, you're causing a much bigger problem. I know I probably said problem like 100 different times there, but hopefully you get my point, because this is just going to go down really, really bad. And I can't see it improving because this is something that's been embedded into the UK now. And how this will go down for the next few years, next 10 years, 20 years, whatever it may be, I can't see a good outcome. I honestly can't see a good outcome, because this has just put more pressure on the UK government to improve their cybersecurity protocols and have a look at their GDPR again, because at some point I think there's an infringement on GDPR. Without further ado, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I didn't do a breach report this week because I was basically watching how this situation would unfold, and I wanted to make a video about it once basically 95% of the information was all out there, because this was continuously progressing. But yeah, I'm probably going to go and get a glass of water now because it's currently like 30 degrees here in the UK. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, you know what to do. And if you like this type of content, cybersecurity content, things like this, you know what to do. A little bit more of a serious topic than usual, so less of the jokes, but yeah. Hopefully we'll see where this ends up. If you did enjoy this video, you know what to do, and hopefully see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.